Good evening, everyone. So today is Tuesday, the 21st of April. We are here to do this evening chanting to show our respect and veneration to the Buddha for his kindness and compassion to all the sentient beings. And we are also very fortunate to be born during his dispensations. He is still there. And further, we are very lucky that we got this opportunity to come across with the Buddhism, learn the Dhamma, and practice in accordance with the teachings. So today we have Wan Pen, Prasid, Karen Carling, Simone, Nelly, Satish, Chris Terima, I think he's from Edinburgh, Nelly from London, Satish from Aberdeen, Wan Pen from Aloha, Karen Carling from London, and Prasid, I think he's still in Midlands. He is also going back to Thailand before then what he expected. So thank you everyone for attending this evening chanting. And then meanwhile we have here Gavin, and we have Paul and Yvonne here to do this evening chanting. And today, one of our members' father passed away. That's why this evening we had this service for the father who passed away. And as we know that there are two things that happens and we have no control over it. And we cannot deny, nor we cannot reject, nor we can reject it. The two things, and in that two things, one is already took place. We cannot question about it, and that's our birth. We are already born. So we cannot question that why I was born. We cannot question that when we are going to be born. It's already done. And then the second thing, that's the death. Whether we like it or not, whether we want to face it or not, whether we want to discuss about it or not, the death is just there, waiting for us at any time, at any moment. But we do not know when it is going to take place. It is not that just when they got old, or not just that when we got old and we die. And it is not just that because you are unwell and you have lots of sicknesses and then you will die. There is no fixed concept or a fixed theory that you will die because of this or because of that. No one knows. Only what we know that we have to die. That's all what we know. And which is the scary part, that we don't know. But what we have to understand that according to the Buddhist philosophy, this is not the end of the journey. This is just another door that we are going through in the samsara. As long as we haven't attained the liberation, we have to reborn again and again. So each death is like another door to another existence, another life. It's not the end of the journey. It is just a new beginning to the new world, the new realms, a new life. So, which is the reason why our destination for the new life is based on what we do, our karma. The action that we do physically, action that we do verbally, and action we do by thinking. Our each and every thought that intended and intentionally thinking that leads to the future destinations, whether to be in a comfortable life or not, or whether to be liberated. So it's a continuation of our journey. But the point is, death is something that's there and we are going to face it. Birth is not the question, but within this birth and death, that's the point we have to do during this time, and we do not know how long do we have. And that's the point, that's the time we have, and we have to spend time wisely rather than wandering around, rather than spending time for this or for that. We have to think about it, that how you want to see in the future. What do you want to be? Or how you want to be, have your own future existence. And that defines by what you do now during this time of a birth and a death. Oftentimes we heedlessly think that I will be still alive for another 20, 50 years, or even expecting to live up to 100 years. So when we look at our age, then we think that, oh, I'm still young, I'm going to live furthermore. And that mindful living, in fact, leading to the miseries and miserable existence in the future existence to come. So we have to be very mindful of the actions that we do. Recently, there was a monk who is a junior than me. He was fit enough. He was helping the Songkran festival in Wimbledon temple for a couple of days. And then after the Songkran festival, he went to another temple in Ramford. In Ramford, it's a bit far away, like here, our center, far away from the village. And normally monks ride the bicycle. And it happened that he was riding a bicycle and suddenly he fell down and became unconscious. But fortunately, the golf players, they managed to resuscitate him and woke up. So taken to the hospital. And in the hospital, he was in ICU for 2 weeks. And yesterday, he was released from a hospital to the temple. So that's why life is very uncertain. You never know. We can't be living heedlessly. And we can't be indulged in our age nor in our wealth. When it comes, no one can stop it. When it comes, no one can say that I have this to be done, I have that to be done, I have this much of a wealth need to be distributed, I have that much of a wealth I needed to be given this or that. We have no control over it at all. Similarly, there was one gentleman who had illness, severe illness for a long time. Everybody thought that he's going to die. And even his wife, the previous wife, she was still young. And she married hoping that this gentleman will die and then she will be inheriting this entire house and assets. But it happened that somehow this lady got the cancer and died. And after his death, after her death, a couple of years later, and he was wandering around, traveling around, and got another wife. And expecting that this wife also thought that my husband, he's old and he's not well. I still have this, this not a cancer, what is called related to the breath, this asthma and severe asthma that he has to carry even the oxygen regularly. And he is just 60s now. Rather than he died, his wife did again. Very unfortunate. So he's not married now. He's alone. Now he's in a care home, like that. So sometimes when we think that a person who is going to die is not going to die, and we think that we are healthy, we are strong, and we think that we are not going to die until 70, 80, it is not the case. So that's why Buddha clearly said, life is uncertain. Our life ends with our death. But we do not know when it is coming. So that's why Buddha always reminded us to live heedlessly and think about our life. That our life is very fragile, very short. And here when Buddha said about the fragile, it's simply because we do not know when it's going to end. But when he said that it's very short, now he's talking about the short in a sense, not just in a worldly affair that we live about 60, 70, 80 or maximum is 100. But in a sense he was saying that our life is short, that compared to the lives that we have lived, we have a countless life that we have lived. And in that countless lives, there are moments where we could have lived 84,000 years. That's the maximum year in the human world, according to the Buddhist cosmology, could have lived. Who knows? We may had been born during that time and had that long length of a time, maximum time. Like these days, in our era, 100 years is regarded as the highest. So we have a couple of exceptions. People lived up to 100 years, and which is another reason that the royal family even send you a card of a birthday, 100 years, centuries, birthdays. So when we look at the births that we have taken and a year of living our life, this life 75 average is nothing. And yet we have a misconception that we are going to live forever. When we have the concept of I am going to be living forever, and we can do anything. We would not think of any results or anything at all that we think it harms other people. There is a story in China, one of the emperors, after conquered the entire Chinese plateau, he wanted to be eternal and never die. So he went on traveling to see the teachers, expecting blessings from different teachers, hoping that he will be living forever. And it comes to the stage that he went up to see this Tao master, a master of Taoism. And he said that if you can stop growing, you can live forever. And which can't be. You can't stop growing. You grow all the time. So life is something that we have to reflect on again and again. I often reflect myself. I had this vision. I was told that this was actually out of a curiosity. I went to study the numerology. When I studied the numerology out of curiosity, I asked my own time scale, and I was told that on the 26th, my birthday, 26th of my birthday, I think it was 26th, on my birthday, I will be dying. And that was scary. And for whole 1 week, I was reflecting of my death. I'm going to die. What I'm going to do? I'm going to die. Why should I worry? I'm going to die. What I want to leave behind? Like that. And then for a whole 1 week, I never missed chanting. I never missed meditation. And I tried to be mindful as much as possible, not letting any negativities creep in my mind. Now, it was the day of my birthday, the 2nd of September. So, I started panicking on the 1st of April in the night, when it's coming to be the 12 o'clock. So, I went, so on the 1st of September, in the evening, I went to do the chanting. And then I went to this meditation hall and meditated, where Gavin went and locked him. He could not come out in Bangkok. Gavin went in to meditate in that meditation hall, and he didn't know that the door will be locked. And after he could not sit and meditate, wanted to come out, he could not come out. So I went there and meditated there until 9:30. And then after that I went up to the coffin where the master's body, and I stayed there and meditated, tried to calm my emotion down. And then I went back to room and I meditated and chant and I meditate. And then about 11 o'clock in the night, 1st of April, September, I went to have a shower with the mind that I am preparing to my death. So I have to be clean myself. So I had a shower and I get ready and I meditated, waiting for this clock. Ting! And then I thought that I will be gone dead. So I was waiting, and then it was 12 o'clock, nothing happened. 1:15, nothing happened. 1/2, nothing happened. I'm still alive. I even hit my cheeks couple of times, and I was still alive. Then I thought, okay, maybe tomorrow I better go and sleep. So I slept. Yeah? And after I slept, and then next morning, again with the mind of this whole day is possibility that I may die. So I didn't go to college on that day. So I went to the chanting, I went to the meditation, and I was doing a walking meditation in the garden with the mind that at any time I can fall and die. And didn't happen at all. And then I came back to room and I slept again. So that was the scariest moment I had, but I lived my life during that time, so mindful, so collective, and then I was ready that I will die. Then later on, I was reading the life of a lady who was the person helped the master to continue the teachings in Wat Phak Nam. She just passed away last year, and then she wrote that she also had this a vision that she's going to die at the age of 60. And when he came to speak with Luang Por, that meditation master, and this master told her that if you meditate and do the meritorious deeds, you will live longer. And ever since, she stayed in a temple, practiced meditation, and became the meditation master of the Dhammakaya meditation. And then later she took over as the chairperson and helped the temple until her last breath. I think she died 87. That long? 97. Died at last. And her funeral was last month. So like that. So when we reflect on a death, and then we realize that we have to perform good things, then there is a possibility of a long life. But in the meantime, this long life, we should not leave it to do wrongdoings and wrong promises or wrong actions by physically, verbally, and mentally. Since we have experienced such events, we better think that life is very short and try to do good things as much as possible to define or to find the right destinations after this life, so that we want to be in a miserable place. Further on, not only to find the comfortable life after this, we have to aim towards the liberation, that where we don't have to reborn again, but to find the proper or real liberation. And that is the ultimate goal that we are aiming for. So that's why today again, on the occasion of the father of our member, Inoka, who passed away, we will do the Abhidhamma chanting to dedicate this message to Y.B. Kulasena, who passed away at the age of 78 with minor dementia and deterioration, and died yesterday. So we'll do the Abhidhamma chanting, page 66. So with this, let's do chanting 166.